I was married for 10 years to my ex-husband, and we were doing really good at first, and then the relationship started to become abusive. And so, I graduated college and everything, and we started having kids, and then, yeah, the relationship just started getting abusive. It was more emotionally abusive than physically abusive. So that kind of led me. I was having some pains one day, and his mother-in-law had some Percocets, and she's like, "Oh, we'll take these." And one I took one, and I was off to the races. That just solved everything. Those abusive relationships, it just strips you of everything. It strips you of your self-worth. It strips you of like your identity of everything. And your spouse or whoever you're in this relationship with, or they make you believe you have no choice. And it's just, they make you believe like you have to stay with them, or if you leave, something's going to happen, you can't make it out on your own. So yeah, it was a big part of it. And then I did pills for a while, and that led to like meth, and then eventually led to heroin. So it led up to all those other kinds of drugs. So what I used, besides coping mechanisms, the drugs for was like that false energy. Like for a lot of people, like prescription pills, they make you go to sleep or drowsy and stuff. For me, they made me have energy. So that's what I basically use drugs for, to get that false sense of energy that, they seem to have. So yeah. So I left in March. I was working when I was here. I had my own place. So I was on the outside doing everything I was supposed to be doing. But then once I hit those doors, I didn't do anything they suggested. I didn't find a sponsor. I didn't go to meetings. I didn't reach out to other people in recovery. I just stayed by myself, and that led me to use right away. You can't control it. You can't control it at all. Even you're doing it knowing that you have negative consequences. You can't stop. Like people, they say, well, you have children, the love of your children should make you, stop. But unfortunately, that's not what addiction is. We can't, addicts can't stop, even though they know that they're going to have negative consequences. As addicts, we don't see it at the time how it, affects our kids. But in the long run, the emotional roller coaster I put them through was awful. All the promises that I broke, physically I was there, but emotionally I was not there for my children at all. And so that like right now, I tell them, oh, this time's going to be different, I'm going to stop, and then I don't. And they get, when they see me good for a little while, they get that, oh, well, mommy's going to be better, and then, time and time again, I let them down. So yeah, I've put them through a lot. It's been hard. Absolutely. A lot of some of the classes, yeah, all the classes are great. We have a great instructor too. They make you rethink, like the class about substance abuse and stuff like that. Actually, like what it does to your body. She brought in pictures, of actually, what over time, what causes, the substance you put in your body, what causes what, and just looking at those pictures, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been damaging my body for all these years. Look at what it's actually doing. So. That was kind of cool. And then, all the classes were great, especially the right way to exercise. Priority, of course, is to stay sober. That's the main goal, how to live my life without using, focus on, the triggers, my emotions and stuff. But yeah, basically, how to stay sober. Another one is how to rebuild those relationships that I've caused so much damage to. How to, function in healthy relationships, with my family as well as my kids. Just to live a good life, to be normal.